What did we learn from the elections that took place last week and the local government, or should I say, council elections in the FCT? Well, here's what I got from all that. First of all, it was a dress rehearsal for what's going to happen in 2027. The great big rigging machine basically stuck their toes into the water and tested the temperature to see if it was safe to jump in or not. And well, from the look of things, it seems like it's safe for now for them to dive in headfirst in 2027. So basically, it was a dress rehearsal, like I mentioned, for the 2027 elections. And when we get there, you're going to see a repeat of what happened last weekend at the FCT council elections. Now, if there was vote buying at the council elections last weekend, then expect vote buying in 2027, except on a bigger scale. Everything is going to be replicated, but just on a bigger scale. So if there was alterations of result sheets last weekend at the council elections, you best believe that in 2027 there's going to be more alterations of the result sheets, but on a much bigger scale. Anything that you saw, whether it's snatching of ballot boxes, pockets of violence, is all going to be replicated in 2027, but on a much bigger scale. This was just the dress rehearsal. That's the first thing. Secondly, the opposition doesn't seem to be serious at all. Not united, and they're split into like three camps. You have Atiku's boys, the Atiku camp, then you have the Obi camp, and then you have the Ameshi camp. Now, it's a three-way battle royal between these three, or should I say three-way tug of war, with each camp pulling as hard as they can. Another thing is that they're not so sure of themselves because they're not really sure. Each one of these people is insisting on getting the presidential ticket. They're not really sure if they're going to get it or not. So you could see that they're not willing to, throw themselves to really dive into the situation and like spend money and that kind of thing because they're not really sure as to where they stand. And the way I see it, you see these three people, only one of them can get it. Now, when that happens, the remaining two are going to have a lukewarm attitude at the very best. That's what I think. And it's not helping, really, because it's creating more divisions and they're channeling energy in the wrong direction when they have an adversary, in fact, a very cunning, savvy adversary to go up against. Another thing is Tinubu's strategy of splitting up the parties and planting seeds of discord among the ranks of the opposition appears to be working perfectly. You all know the drama that happened in Labour Party that ended up in Obi leaving the party, which is a horrible idea, by the way. But that's what they want. That's what they wanted, and he fell for it. Now, I'm sure that everyone who knows anything, if you haven't been hiding under a rock for the past 3 years, you'll know that in 2023's presidential election, Obi came out of nowhere. No one saw it coming. Even Obi didn't see Obi coming, in my opinion. And it scared the hell out of them. It scared the pants out of the establishment. That's what I think. But you see, all that goodwill, that wave of goodwill he came riding on has diminished. It's like when you're surfing, at a point you have to catch the wave when it's biggest and ride that wave. So he rode that wave, but didn't quite ride it properly and didn't get to where it was going. And the wave is already gone. The wave has hit the shoreline, and now there's really not much of a wave to ride on anymore. I'm a fan, by the way, obedient for life. But this is just the reality of the situation. Um, in 2023's elections, there were people who won seats in the Senate and in the House of Reps who didn't have a prayer just because of the obedient movement. People went to vote, and it was on the same day. So people went to vote for presidential elections, and they just went the same way with the Senate and the House of Reps. And then when they got there, what did they do? Well, you all know the story. Some of them decamped. They started, it was business as usual. And as such, people don't really trust anyone anymore. So the whole drama, even the PDP has had its share of drama. All the major opposition parties are in disarray. And it's from within. A lot of infighting. And I think it would be accurate to say that somebody planted that seed there. It didn't just start to germinate on its own. Now, did it? Somebody very clever, very cunning, a sly fox planted those seeds in PDP and LP. LP, for starters, I don't think they have a prayer in any upcoming elections, because when Obi left, everything went with him. But unfortunately, I think he went to the wrong place. ADC is not the place for him. He looks out of place completely. And those people that he surrounded himself with, it's not going to do him any good. So I really don't see him, punching in the same weight class as he did in 2027. In 2023, I mean. 2027 is not here yet. But we can see what's going to happen. This time, they might not announce it at 4:30 in the morning. Nah, they're probably going to change tactics. Because quite frankly, like I said, they've destroyed the opposition. So, what's going to happen then? No opposition, no fight, no real challengers, and Mr. Balablue takes it. You see, they fail to realize that they're going up against a very cunning person, not just an incumbent, but an incumbent with all the cunning in the world. I mean, he gave an Oscar. This is a man who gave an Oscar-deserving performance in the build-up to the 2023 presidential elections. With all that Bulaba, Balablue, all that stuff was an act. Amazing. I'm not a fan of his, but I have to salute the man for that. For that, I think he deserves an Oscar. I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but Tinubu deserves an Oscar for the performance he put up as far as, fooling his adversaries. So he conned what is arguably the most politically savvy part of the country into supporting him just by doing that. And he did it very well. So that's what I think I took away from the council elections. It's the dress rehearsal. They're going to replicate what they did in 2027. The opposition, as we can see, is in complete disarray. I don't see them coming back from that. So ding, 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 ring the bell, because the match is over.